guys, thank you for tuning in to Akami-san Gaming here. Welcome back. Today I got a special treat for you guys. We'll be getting into the new 1.1 leaks that have been floating around the internet with some things that some people may not know as of yet. So we do have Zhongli child. His name is really Tartaglia. So he is pretty dope. And also the fire girl, with the guitar. I can never pronounce her name correctly, but we'll definitely get into her too. We have their abilities, passives, talents, X, Y, and Z. Not everything may be accurate because they are translated, and they may have their names changed once, it goes live officially. Some things could be switched around. So first, we're gonna get into the original 1.1 trailer for people who have not seen it. I will then break down the characters, and then I will show the new child trailer that just released not too long ago for all you fans out there. And I tell you what, I am pulling both for Child and Zhongli. So if you want to see reviews on those characters, please subscribe, follow the channel, follow me on Twitch, and let's get right into it.
Boats are made for transferring commodities back and forth, and those that come across Liuwa tend to stay a while. So it is where many things come to settle.
This is the largest one we've seen so far.
The Fatui! They're attacking the glacial ballista!
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more?
Farewell, old friend.
I am the least adept with the bow, and that is precisely why I must master it. Shouldn't let your guard down.
Nothing can be accomplished without rules or standards.
Think you can bully me?
Pyrotechnics! Oh yeah, rock on!
Gee, Luke! Oh, I can't stand him. Diona Special!
Alright guys, that was like totally mind-blowing because I love this game so much, and like they are going in, and I give mad respects to MiHoYo. They are doing a lot with this game. A lot of people have been giving it a lot of heat, but like it's literally just starting, and there's a lot of things they can change to better the community and get on good terms with people, because a lot of people are not happy with certain things. I'm not going to go into that in this video. That can be one for a later date. So now let's get right into the nitty-gritty. So first we're going to start with the banner, because I want to get right into the juicy stuff. So we have here, the one on the left is supposed to be, correct me if I'm wrong, is Child's banner with Ningguang, Beidou, and Diona. On the right should be Zhongli with Razor, Chungyun, and the new fire chick. So honestly, I'm gonna be pulling on both. I don't really want her really. I want Chungyun and Diona the most out of this. There's just too many Claymore users for me personally. I have enough as is. But yes, their cons are gonna be nice to have. I just wish we had more information on Diona. So on the left is Child, on the right is Zhongli. Supposedly Child's banner is going to drop first, so get ready for your mats that you will need for that. And I will also include the mats that each and everybody needs down in the description below. So you can quickly just hit that link and you can see what you need with the exact quantity. Alright, so we have Zenyang here, who's a Pyro Claymore user. She has a really good elemental skill that deals damage to all nearby fans and enemies and converts their passion into a shield that absorbs pyro damage. Damage absorbed will be based on the amount of fans affected. By fans, they obviously mean the enemies. It's kind of ironic they call them fans since she likes to rock out. 0 to 1 enemies will give you 1 shield. Level 1 shield, I should say. 2 enemies will give you a level 2 shield, and 3 enemies will give you a level 3 shield on top of absorbing damage. You will periodically deal pyro damage to all nearby enemies. That is really good, because a shield that attacks and protects you, with the sets that we have in the game currently, are going to really make this character shine in many different ways. I'm really kind of excited for this character, even though I don't really want her. Like, it's not like, it's not that I don't want her. She's just not my, pick of the day, my first choice. But I will definitely do a showcase on her too, if you guys would like, on different builds and artifacts. In this video, I'm not going to break down like what sets are good on which and what. That'll be a separate video for the individual characters by themselves. So her shield attributes: when the shield is activated, Zenyang will be imbued with pyro energy. 250% absorption strength against pyro damage, which, that's going to be nice. Elemental Burst deals physical damage and knocks back all nearby enemies, then periodically deals pyro damage to all surrounding enemies. That is super cool. In the character trailer that you saw when she rocks out and the flames shoot up, that's her ulti. That's this burst right here. And it's a very flashy animation, looks really cool. Ascension 1 passive, level 2 shields will not only require 1 enemy hit, while level 3 shields only require 2. So pretty much you're just dropping one of the ranks off and, reducing it by 1. Her level 4 passive, while the shield from her skill is active character will deal 15% more physical damage, which is nice, because if you can bind her with Zhongli and you pop that shield, and you switch to him, and you have his shield too, like, that's crazy, because his meteor gives you, I believe, like 20% more, or 20% more physical damage and geo damage, but we'll get into that later. But that is really good. Her utility passive: when cooking food that grants defensive buffs perfectly, there's a chance of getting double the product. We've seen things similar to this on other heroes, nothing too impressive, but it's still good to have. Alright, moving on, we have Zhongli, Big Daddy Zhongli, aka I call him Sephiroth. He's shooting meteors, ending the earth, teleporting. This is like DMC like in the game. I love this character. His elemental skill, because he is a Geo and our second Polearm user, because Zenyang is our only Polearm user currently in the game. He gathers Geo element powers and forms a Geo construct, dealing AoE Geo damage. All nearby Geo constructs, like the Traveler's Meteor, will resonate with Zhongli's Geo construct, dealing damage to all nearby enemies. Zhongli's Geo construct counts as an object, which means it can block attacks and may be climbed. Which, if you have Klee, you can climb that and shoot a laser really far because of the height. Only one Zhongli Geo construct can exist at once, which we'll get into that here a little bit, because there's a weird twist to that. The hold command for his elemental skill, because he has a press and a hold, which does 2 different things. The hold commands all nearby Geo elements to explode, causing the following effects. A shield that scales with Zhongli's max HP will be created. The shield will have 250% efficiency when absorbing Geo damage. Deals AoE Geo damage. Don't know what the rest means. But that's why I said take this with a grain of salt, because these are just rough translations. That is really good, especially for people who like struggle in the abyss. There's certain floors that have like I think it's floor 9 or 10. No, I think it's 9. End of 9. You fight that tall Geodude that's it's always like smashing the ground, doing the shockwaves. Zhongli's gonna wipe the floor with him, and Klee, because Klee's top tier. I'm just saying. So, anyways, him being an HP scaler is really nice. Which we'll go into more as we go down. His elemental burst calls down a giant meteor, dealing devastating damage to all enemies hit while also petrifying them. This is insane. This is huge because not only can you, like, for example, use Mona, lock them in place, and then just bring down a meteor on them, and then they're still locked in place and or do other things in between. This opens up a lot of combo potential for different units and teams. Mostly though, you're gonna want to kind of use him on a Geo team to have the resonant effect with his pillar. Petrifying enemies will not be able to move and will take an additional 20% physical and Geo damage. That 20% physical with Zenyang shield will get you 15% more. Oh man, this character is going to be doing some work. His level 1 Ascension passive, when Zhongli's shield from his elemental skill, which remember is up here, his construct, takes damage, active character shield fortification. So when Zhongli's shield from his elemental skill takes damage, activate character shield fortification. It's called Strong Shield and Attributes. Stat will be increased by 5%. This effect stacks up to 5 times. Like, strongest shield user in the game, currently, for what we have. Ascension 4 passive, Zhongli's elemental burst will deal additional damage equal to 20% of his health, which is huge. And his utility passive, 50% of minerals used when crafting polearms will be refunded. The irony, since he's the second pole user and he got that, I kind of feel like that should have been the Zenyang, you know, and then he got something cooler. But his passive is huge. That passive is crazy, especially with the meteor already doing so much damage. There were pictures and information going around on how much damage the meteor does. Rumor be told us around like 700% like total damage, and then you add on the 20% of his max health. Don't quote me on that because I can no longer find that information. I was literally browsing the forums all at work on my cell phone and I saw that stuff. I should have probably saved it, but you know, I was trying to go home. So Zhongli is definitely the man with the plan. He can like just lock down the field, become a tank, be like, you can't kill me, I'm getting stronger the more you hit me, and I'm just going to drop meteors on you and you can't move. Going on to people's, you know, number 1 band boy, Child, Hydro Bow with stance swapping. So I'm going to admit now, I am a little salty. Because I feel like they gave Child a lot of love here, and they kind of half-heartedly like gave out Zhongli. They know they want people to spend money on this character, and then they're gonna milk you the rest of your wallet for Zhongli. So Child shoots up to 6 arrows at enemies. His charge attack aims and charges up for a powerful shot. When fully charged, the arrow will deal water damage and apply Broken Flow. Broken Flow is that curse mark you see here that you saw in the leaked footage of the Child boss fight, where he hit Zhongli and he had that little crest on him when he was in his 3rd form. Broken Flow, AoE hydro damage will be dealt to all nearby enemies of the target hit when any enemy under the effect Broken Flow is hit by any of Child's attacks. The damage is calculated as regular attack damage. So if you have 4 guys next to each other and they all have Broken Flow on them, when you pop that, the one enemy is going to take a decent chunk of damage and then shoot out an AoE water ring, which you see in the trailer when he shoots his arrow at the Guardian and you see the little AoE effect. Now, imagine all 4 or 5 guys doing that at the same time, plus the individual damage they take. That is really, really top tier, like mobbing and just bursting people down. His elemental skill unleashes equipment made of water. This is that stats change you saw where he has the lance and the twin daggers. Like, this is definitely a cool character. I do have some salt though, because I wanted, you know, Zhongli to get this kind of love, but he's cool in his own aspect. So, moving on. A regular attack has a 6-hit combo of slashes that deal hydro damage. His charge attack instantly performs 2 slashes in front of Child, dealing hydro damage, and it uses stamina. The Broken Flow Slash, because Broken Flow is just sexy on this character. When hitting an enemy under Broken Flow effects while in melee stance, Broken Flow Slash will be executed, dealing AoE hydro damage. This effect is calculated as regular attack damage. So when you put that mark on them, supposedly, you hit them with your melee stance and that sets off the burst. His Elemental Burst is a ranged stance, shoots at a magical arrow containing hydro elemental power, dealing AoE hydro damage, while also applying Broken Flow to all enemies hit. Refunds partial elemental energy after use. That's really good, because he has 2 ultis, remember guys, 2 ultis, because he has one for his melee and range stance. His melee stance performs a wide slash, dealing tremendous hydro damage to all nearby enemies while also triggering Broken Flow Burst. So he is constantly marking you and then just taking all your HP in one pop. Done. Broken Flow Burst. This is where it's going to get even better as we go down. AoE hydro damage will be dealt when enemies under Broken Flow is hit with a melee elemental burst. Broken Flow will be consumed in the process. His Ascension number 1 passive. Broken Flow duration increased by 8 seconds. As long as only child can pop his own Broken Flow. It's not like Mona where you put an Omen down and anyone can interact with it. So you can swap out, set up a combo for like a Vaporize or like a Freeze or anything. You can put some Cryo down and get ready to hit him with that water. So when he has 8 seconds, it gives you just some more, flexibility, more leeway to play around. Then when you swap back, you can just be like, hey, here comes the finisher. His level 4 passive, critical hits dealt by normal and charge attacks in melee stance will apply Broken Flow to enemies hit. That is insane. Because like if you go crit rate on him and you're just always critting, you'll always have Broken Flow and you're always doing max DPS, like non-stop AoE. Like, this is insane. This is a strong unit. I'm like mind-boggled how good they made this character. It's like after making Child, how could you like kind of make a 5-star kind of subpar? Like he's literally 2 in 1. That is huge. His passive though, all active team members normal attacks talent level increased by 1. That's a free +1 to your skill. For people like me who I main Klee, her auto attack council, that's really good for her. It's good for other units who focus on things like Diluc. I see Diluc and Child being really good together, but with other party members to make them work. Excuse me, had a burp there, I'm sorry. Other than that though, he is going to be changing the meta 100%. The combos that you're going to see with like Bennett, Mona, and Abyss when they go for like that one-shot crit on I believe it's the 7th floor, the one that gives you like 200% crit damage or whatever, that's going to be insane to see. I can't wait to see what people do with this character. Now with that being said, I have a bonus character for you guys today. That's right. So there is been a leak of a new character who's a 5-star Catalyst user, and they are an electric type. So we might have an electric mage 5-star, and I'm all down for mages. I love my mages in this game. And to have water, fire, and lightning, hey. So we're gonna go over to him right now and check him out. It is this man right here. Boom. Don't tell me about the name. I'm gonna try to pronounce it. Sakara Muchi. A playable character with electrical element catalyst weapon. His first appearance is in the Aster event part 3. And he just looks really cool and interesting. I wonder if he's gonna be like Raiden and be like teleporting into like lightning and shit like Mortal Kombat. That is gonna be cool. But there's not much information at all about him as yet. Just leaks of his model, what he looks like, because he was in the banner, one of the screenshots that MiHoYo showed of the Traveler and his companions, and he was in the background. But with that being all said, I got one more thing, and that's the Child introduction trailer on Bilibili. So we're going to end this video with here, and, please enjoy this because it's actually really, really good. It's very mysterious for his character. So let's start this up.
大人，送物而已，您确定要亲自？
放轻松，我只是有些别的事要办。
收获不小，哪怕这里的生意做不下去了，也能随时远走高飞喽。
老爷，可是债呢？
这就来收了哟。
谁？
不论欠过什么，都会沉淀成债。我听说在璃月，你们把这叫做天经地义。
是愚人众，你凭什么私闯民宅？来人，我们严上查事，自有待客之道。上！
不是什么好对手。算了，活动一下筋骨吧。
这样的俗人居然还藏着百无禁忌录，这可是很多年没现世了。
收债是你的工作，他家有什么宝物，你居然不能查清？
非常抱歉，是属下失职。
不必多说，走了。
是。
Okay, so apparently, in this video here, he is collecting a debt from someone, and I'm not going to spoil much in this, but if you recognize that talisman in his hand, if you've been paying attention to the story, yeah, some good things are going to be going down in 1.1. But that's all that I have for you today. Kind of long, but I wanted to get some of this out here, at least in one video, instead of making it parts and kind of milking it out. Thank you for tuning in, and I will be streaming live on Twitch, twitch.tv/Okami-san Gaming. Come find me. Link will be in the description. And I'll see you guys out there in that world we love called Genshin Impact.